What's grounded, fam? It's your boy Johnny Gio. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Grounded Phoenix podcast. As always, the purpose of this channel is to express vulnerability and expand awareness to addiction, trauma, and mental health. HotBoiKal, aka P.O.K, is in the motherfucking building. What's grounded, my boy?
What's happening, bro?
Chilling, dog. Chilling, man. Fucking excited right here. I'm glad you rolled up. I know we fucking been planning this shit, homie, for like 2 months now.
2 months. 2 of them things.
Yup. Hey, it's finally here, man, and I'm happy to have you, dude. You ready for this shit?
Yeah, I'm ready, Cuddy.
All right, bro. So check it out, dude. We're about to get pretty raw right here. We're gonna fucking have some laughs. We're probably gonna tear up a little bit and shit, but it's all gravy, bro. Hey, one thing I've learned in my sobriety, though, homie, is that I try not to take myself too serious, bro. So to get started, bro, I'm gonna ask you an icebreaker question, man. I'm asking an icebreaker question, dog. So,
ask away, Cuddy. What's in it?
all right, bro. So check it out. You already know. You already know.
It's coming from right now, man.
So check it out. What was the most embarrassing thing so far in your sobriety that has happened, bro? And I'll give you an example with me, my dude, because I'm gonna keep it fair with you. We're not gonna have the whole spotlight on you, but
okay.
I'm gonna keep it fair. So I used to be a pharmacy tech, my dude, and we all know how that ended. You know, I don't have my license. I don't have my license no more, bro. I don't got my license no more. Right. But check this out. At work, there's always that one bad breezy, right? That one bad breezy, dog. And this was a warehouse, but there was one restroom, and we all shared that shit. And I'm over here about to go. I'm over here about to go drop a deuce, dog. I'm over here about to go drop a deuce. I'm already sitting on that bitch. Got laid out all the fucking toilet paper on that shit. Started texting, you know, doing work in it, probably 20 minutes. And guess who fucking opens that door?
Oh, no.
The baddest broad in there.
Oh, she just smelled it off.
Bro, the baddest broad, bro. She opens the door like, oh my God. And everybody knows in the restroom, dog. I was like, shit. I was like, fuck, man. There goes my fucking chances, dog.
Nah, you got to imagine her taking the same shit. She do it too, though. Don't think you know. She her little nasty ass be at home wiggling and giggling.
Damn straight, bro. So there you have it, man. That's
nasty, though. That's fucked up, though.
Yeah, man. That shit fucked me up.
Did you ever make eye contact with her after that when you see her?
We did, dog. She looked down every time. It wasn't even me no more. It was her. She was like embarrassed for me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo.
She's like, I know what you did last summer.
Oh, snap. Straight up, my dude. Straight up. So what you got, bro? What you got? What?
Man, I don't even know. I had to think about that. Real embarrassing like that?
It could be embarrassing, scandalous, some gnarly shit, dog.
Man, I did some weird shit in there.
You ain't alone, brother. I'm weird as fuck.
Man, them strip clubs is a hell of a fucking vice for me, blood. So I done went to the strip clubs like a dumbass, bro. Just like I was like a flower girl at a wedding. You know, like for real, I walk in that motherfucking jet.
Like that,
bruh. And then it killed my whole soul, though, bruh. But that was embarrassing, but it was a lesson. It was a lesson learned,
right?
Dog. But it wasn't really embarrassing like that. You know what I mean?
It's lessons learned, bro. Yo, it's lessons learned.
Yeah, that's what I be doing, man. I done went in there and threw a bag at the strip club. Just on some, not even looking at the chicks, though. Not even giving a fuck, just to do it, just. You know what I mean? You throw like a flower girl at a wedding.
You threw a whole rack at a fucking tranny and shit, my dude.
No.
You weren't even looking, bro.
Yo, you see how the media just twist everything, bro? There was no tranny involved.
Hey, fake news. Fake news.
Hey, what up, funny as hell? Nah, man.
Yeah, bro. Hey, so now we got that shit out the way, my dude. We're gonna, like I said, man.
We're eye contact with you. No
like I said, bro. We're gonna get into some shit that's pretty deep. You know what I'm saying? And that's the purpose of this challenge, to express vulnerability and give people experience and fucking hope on this sobriety shit, my dude. So I'm gonna let you speak on your story, dog. Like, give me the stories, give me the raw shit about what life used to be before sobriety. Like, what was your drug of choice, my dude? What was the struggles like? And what are some shit that you had to adopt to and shit like that?
Alright. Well, shit, man. First off, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to say where I'm from. I'm from the Bay Area, you know what I mean? Born and raised in the Bay. Mm-hmm. Middle kid of 5, and then my dad had hella kids, you know what I'm saying? A lot of kids, but so I grew up like that in the projects and shit. Moms, you feel me? Moms was best friend. That was my ride or die. My mama was my ride or die. I had 2 moms. I had a grandma that lived there too. So I had Granny and my mom. when I lost both of them, I lost them back to back. My mom passed away from breast cancer. Granny, I'm the one that picked Granny up. She had a seizure. I picked her up. Boom. I'm a fucking teenage kid, you know what I mean? And then that day that she had a seizure, my mom was at the hospital getting her chest, you know what I mean, removed.
Right.
That shit right there was crazy. So to tell your mom, hey, Granny just had a seizure after your mom coming from the hospital, that was mainly. After that, I lost my cousin that same week. My granny died.
Damn, bro.
He got poisoned. Somebody put embalming fluid and Drano in his Hennessy and shit like that.
Word?
It was crazy. Yeah, it was some crazy shit. So it was just death back to back to back to back. And then I seen the family go. My little sisters went to foster care. My brother became homeless. I became homeless. My sister became homeless. So here I am. I dropped out of high school. All the shit, it just hit all at once. So of course you don't want to feel that. Of course, you know what I mean, I'm a hood nigga, you know what I'm saying? Not to say that, but mostly everybody in the hood, we drank, we sell dope. That's why we tight. It's trickled down from generation to generation.
Yeah.
So I'm like Hennessy, sold drugs, robbing, shootouts, all that shit, you know what I mean? That's what cause I didn't have shit, you know what I mean? When you lose everything, your family, and my family was tight. Even though we didn't have it all, my mom made sure we had enough. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? She moved us out of the projects. I went to juvie. From I was 6-month bed, I came home to a whole new gated community and shit like that, which was dope. And then we moved to another house. But when I lost that, it was, bro, everything inside me died. I'm talking about I was in a 10-year awakened coma. You did what I'm saying? So alcohol, violence, just it was nonstop. And that's how my life went. My life went like that for years, just straight up from no matter where I went. I moved to Texas, I moved to Sacramento. No matter where I went, I was there. You know what I mean? I'm trying to escape the police over here and get away from the beef and shit like this. I'm like, I'm gonna change my life. But as soon as I get to a different state or a different city, I do the exact same thing, the same recipe, because I was building up. No matter where I was going in life, I had a little notebook now inside my head that was my recipe.
Right.
Find a plug, you know, get the shit cracking. But and just, you know, drinking and shit was really my bad thing. Drinking, I started doing cocaine. I started popping ecstasy. And I ain't gonna stunt, man. That went on for years. I was a party. I thought I had it under control. I just loved to party. I loved to party. I wasn't even the money, blood. I didn't give a fuck about money. You know, money got a lot of fucking dead white people on it. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I never gave a fuck. I never gave a fuck about money. It was just a high. I didn't like feeling. I didn't like feeling how I felt, bro. Depressed a lot. I was so depressed, bro. I tried to commit suicide, bro. I put a rope around my throat, jumped off the oopty white blood off the second story, hung there like this, and the thing snapped on me. I wrote a suicide letter and loaded a gun. This was right when my mom first died. That was all of them attempts. I want to see her. You know, I'm a mama's boy. I got a tattoo on my neck. That was my best friend, bro. So to numb that shit, like I don't know if you ever had anybody pass away. If anybody out there had anybody pass away. When you really love somebody, you know what I mean, that shit fucked me over. But that's how it was, though. So alcohol, drugs, and violence. Sex was a big thing. I didn't give a fuck. I was trying to have kids because I felt death around the corner all the time. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have a baby. And it's fucked up to even think like this. I wouldn't even think, I'm like, I'm going to have a baby. That way a piece of me can be good. I wanted to have a baby, so something like, because after that, I was still good, but it was just, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck, bro. If you had it, I wanted it, I'm coming to get you. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't want to give it up, you know, it was whatever. But the drugs every case I caught, I was high or drunk. It was lit, you know what I'm saying? So, and then the years going by, I got into the heroin gang. I started selling heroin, and I tried that shit. And you know, me being who I am, I'm like, fuck all that, nigga. Let me see what it's really about. I banged that shit, bro. I banged that shit before, but I only banged a little bit. Everybody that did heroin laughed at me. They used to be like, bro, what is you even doing? Like, you're not even really doing anything, bro. Like you're wasting our time in the needles and shit. Cause I sold it. You know what I mean? I was just like, but it did the opposite for me. Like, a lot of people start losing their shit on heroin, right? You start going downhill, you lose a lot of shit. Mine did the total opposite. Like when I did heroin, I nod out, but then I just get up and be like, okay, start cleaning up and shit and stack all my money. I stopped going out, I stopped hanging out, I started stacking money and doing shit, but I started seeing what it was doing to the people I was selling it to, and that's when it hit me.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? That's what hurt me about selling heroin, because it wasn't hurting me, but it was hurting the people around me. And it was fuck, bro. That feeling when you see a good friend of yours that you knew, but you thought you was hooking them up, like, here, take this, it's good. And they be like, I don't got no money. I be like, dude, don't even trip. I got you. That shit killed me, bro. I seen hella my people life just go down. And I stopped selling heroin. And before that, take you back, I sold a lot of crystal meth back when I was younger. After Mom's died, right after Mom's died, I started selling hella crystal. And I remember I went to jail and I got out and I still had like a quarter ounce of crystal left. I didn't fuck with that shit. And a guy just told me, bro, you just start feeling that conviction. And I just threw that shit away. You know what I mean? Same with crack. I was up north in Oregon with some of my Peru homies from Sacramento, and we was moving crack up there and whatever, ecstasy pills, whatever. I had a big ass bundle of crack. And I hit the weed, and the homie had, you know, it was a big ass bag of crack.
Right.
I'm in the back seat, and we on a dark ass road, man, hella hilly and shit, you know. And once again, God, I was high, because when I get high, my third eye open. That's why I don't smoke weed. Uh-huh. Some people think they get high, have fun. When I smoke, bro, I hear shit and I feel my higher power. So God was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know what I mean? Shit. Like when you feel that, bro, when you really feel that, and you hear him, and I said, I bitched up so fast. They didn't know what was going on.
Fucking clenched up and everything.
I was with two of the homies there in the front seat. They kept looking around, laughing. Like, "Bro, what you back there tripping on?" I'm back there having a fucking. I'm getting my ass whooped by God, bro. I'm talking about, what the fuck is you doing? You think this is what I made you for, to live like this? So I just, I rolled that window down. I had that big ass bag of crack. It was like $4 grand. It was probably like $3,700 or something like that. That was worth the crack. And I just boop, threw it out.
Tossed that shit out.
Threw it out the window. So the guy, man, when God, bro, if ain't nobody ever felt that, when God get on your ass, you it's the worst, because it's like, oh my God, because like, you know, when you get into trouble, you say, God help me. So I know I'm gonna be God help me again, so I might as well. So yeah, ever since that day, I didn't sell crystal meth. I did, in that day right there, I didn't sell crack no more. And then I guess you can just say, as years kept going and going, layers of me was getting ripped off, and it was dope. That's how it was for me. So that happened, and then fast forward, bro, man, 2018, well, 2017, my little brother died. You know what I'm saying? Oh. So he died from cancer, right? And what fucked it up was I was with this chick, and we snorting powder, we drinking, and one of the homies called me from out there in Illinois. They called me, and they was like, your brother got out of prison. I was like, oh man, that's what's up. I didn't even know. And he was like, yeah, bro, you should call him. He ain't looking too good. And I'm hungover, coming off of flow. I'm like, I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I'm like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Tomorrow came. At 6 a.m. in the morning, I get a call from my sister, like, bro, Tony dead. Shit. So I'm like, fuck, you know. I wake up and I go through it. I get Hennessy, jump on my motorcycle, trying to pop willies, drunk. I'm on two pints of Henny, just sliding, bro. Just like, didn't give a fuck. Once again, because once somebody dies, it opens up that door for every other person that dies. So now I'm not only dealing with death, I'm dealing with all of them at the same time.
It's a trigger.
Yeah. So I fucking say, fuck it. I got some money up and grabbed some weed, flew out there to where my other little brothers was. And 3.5 months later, the baby brother died. He gets murdered. So I'm out there. They stab him up, and that was it. That was it right there. That was it. I couldn't, like, and then my other brother was in prison. The other one was on his way to prison. So it was that. A lot of people don't know, like, when I left that state and went to my ex-girlfriend's house in Texas, and I sat in the bed for like fucking, I don't know how long. I don't know how, like, she starts trying to get on me, hey, good morning, and I'm like, I'm not feeling that, you know. When we lost Faith, that's my little brother, when we lost Faith, it did something to me that, I don't know, I just just felt like I needed to do something different. You know what I mean? And I got a job, bro. Me getting a job. I got a
got
job.
a 9 to 5.
I got a job. Start doing some little pressure washing shit and painting and all that shit. It was dope. And I wasn't drinking. I didn't do no more blow. Didn't do no more coke or nothing like that. I was trying, because I know, like, and shit, bro. I called this girl that I knew that was sober, bro. I had met her 2015. I had met her 3 years, it was like 3.5 years earlier. I knew she was sober, and I talked to her throughout the whole time.
Right.
Every time I went over there around her, they were always laughing and smiling. I'm like, these phony fake motherfuckers, you know what I mean? So I called her, was like, yo, I'm done. And she was like, are you really done this time? I'm like, yeah. I'm done. I want to come, I wasn't done. I flew out there. I was like, are you going to sponsor me? She was like, yeah, I'll sponsor you. You coming out to California. So I flew from Texas to Cali. As soon as I walked through the door, she's like, oh my God, hi. And she says, by the way, this is your sponsor. And it was some dude. I was like, in my head, I was like, bitch, you what? I'm finna tell this nigga nothing about me, bro. You got me fucked up.
Right.
Like, I talked to him, gave him my number. He gave me his, whatever. Instantly. Texted one of my homegirls, like, hey, yo, come pick me up tomorrow. Say less. So she like, say less. She drove from Saks, slid and got me. And I went to San Francisco. Got a drink. I had a double shot margarita. Double shot, big boy, glass thing. Boom, knock him down. We stopped from San Francisco. We stopped at Berkeley. Go in there, get a shot of Fireball and a bottle of champagne. Boom, we keep pushing. We headed back to Sac. We stopped at Fairfield. Get another shot of fucking Fireball and another bottle of champagne. Now we hit Sac. Bros, I ain't been out here in a while, but I know where to go. I'll go straight to the homie's house, blood, get some powder, get some ecstasy. Then we hit the liquor store, got a big bottle of champagne and a big bottle of Fireball. That was it. I was lit. And
that was at that point. I would have been lit from the first fucking bottle. Dog.
I partied. Like, that's how my life was. Like, when I got lit, bro, it wasn't no 17 drinks. I'm going. I'm going till I'm none. I'm drinking like 4/5. I done drunk like 4/5. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. That's how I party. I overdo things. We alcoholics.
Yeah.
I overdo everything. But that night I went to sleep, woke up, chewed the ecstasy pill right when I woke up. Boom.
Damn.
And
wake and roll.
Yeah, wake and roll. But that night, man. Now I chewed the pill. Now the day goes on, I'm lit. In my body, I'm shaking. I'm spitting up blood. And guess who I called that night? I called that sponsor, that girl. And I was like, I was sitting there going through my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't like how I'm feeling. I don't want to be here. And guess who talked to me? Guess who came?
God.
Yeah, guess.
Yep. Back at it again.
Are you? He just this time it was like, you're on your own. I'm done. I'm not dealing. I'm like,
dude broke up with you, dog.
Yeah, I was. You could feel it. And I went through my phone thing, and I couldn't call nobody. I couldn't call not one person that I thought. I had a lot of numbers from A to fucking Z, and I couldn't say this person. I said this sponsor guy. I texted him.
You didn't delete that number? You kept it?
Yeah, it was just only 2 days.
Oh, okay.
It was only 2 days. I put it in there, but and I texted him. I was like, yo, can you come get me? And he's like, can they wait till tomorrow? I was like, no. It was midnight. It was like 12:10, 12:15. He drove from there and he came and got me 2.5 hours and took me back.
Damn.
And that was it. I made it at that point right there. It was done. That's why, like, now, like my boy over there, he from the Bay, he needed help. That's why I drive anywhere and I go get anybody. I just drove up and got him, and then I just went and got some other people. That doesn't matter. That's how I am today. Today, like, to keep my sobriety, bro, I go over and above, bro. I go above, like, it's because I always remember that sponsor coming to get me. I got here and I worked the steps, bro. I didn't know how I was gonna live without drinking. I didn't know how I was gonna live without a Thule, which is my gun. I didn't know how I was gonna live not hustling. Like, how do you get money if you ain't hustling?
Right.
You know what I mean? I got here and I hustled. I got a job at Macy's. I got a job at Safeway. I remember I rap, right?
Yeah, we gonna talk about that shit for sure.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that then. But I hustled. I did everything I said I was supposed to do that they needed in me, bro. I changed not only one thing, I changed everything about myself, you know? The words I use, the people I hang with, the places I go. I changed all that shit, bro. And I look back right now, bro, it's been a long fucking journey. You know? It's been a long journey. That's why I be trying to tell people, bro, you can't lose yourself in the sauce, though, when you get sober, though. Some people start tripping out. I done tripped out a few nights, but I just knew, like, you just got to still be happy. I done rode horses. I done went to Giants baseball games. I done went swimming, jet skiing, all kind of shit. That's just the fun part of it. You know what I mean? Everything that I wanted to do when I was lit, that I said I was going to do, I'm doing now.
Right.
And it's better because I remember. I went to Vegas, bruh. I went to Vegas. I was like 8 months sober. 8 months sober, blood. Like, you know what I mean? And people think getting sober is stupid or hard or not, nigga. Like, it take a real motherfucker to get sober.
Yep.
It take a real motherfucker, like, cause you know, you got that shit in front of you all day. I don't think it's one person, and it is one person. It's not a lot of people. The majority of the people in this world use some kind of vice to do something. Yep. Somebody smokes weed, somebody drinks, somebody snorts powder, somebody pops pills, somebody puts a needle in their arm, whether it's heroin, crystal, somebody smoking crack. You get what I'm saying? Somebody doing something. And if you're not doing it, you know somebody that is. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
For us to really unlearn everything that we didn't have, like this, everything that, bro, that shit, it take a beast, bro. You know what that does to you, bro? That shit, where we face all that shit sober. You this nigga, bruh.
I feel you, dog.
I wanted to cry I didn't cry so many nights. I'm talking about tears. I'm sitting there bawling, bro. Hard, like looking at so far ahead, and then I just start using them steps. I start using everything I learned in the rooms, like, all right, be kind to yourself. Like, find a solution. Don't future trip. Don't do none of that. Just that's why, like, today, if it ain't in front of me, I don't worry about it. I make sure that everything that's right here, right now, I make sure that, because it could be my last day.
Right.
It could be anybody's last day on earth, bro. Why the fuck I ain't got time to argue with not one motherfucker? You do one wrong thing to me, you cut off. Sort of guy, simple as that. Female like, oh my god, you're so sensitive. Oh my god, you just think. Nah, shorty, I ain't got time for not one bullshit, not 1 second of bullshit. I swear to God, not one.
Damn, dog. Bro, everything you just said, man, I fucking resonated with, my dude. First of all, man, my condolences, bro. My condolences to your family members, you know, that passed and shit, bro. I feel you on that. Man, you hit something that you talked about, shit, like that. You can move from place to place, bro. But that don't mean shit if you haven't changed on the inside, my dude. You could literally stay in the same spot and you're doing work on yourself, on your inner self. Everything else changes around you. Automatic, bro. So I love the way you said that shit.
That's like a car, bro. That motherfucker have a fucked up engine, but you just keep throwing paint on that motherfucker. You paint that motherfucker red. That motherfucker still gonna have that fucked up engine.
Yep.
Paint it blue, still gonna have that fucked up engine, bro. You gotta change up in here, bro. Like, I'm at peace right now. This is the first time in my life I ever been at peace. Like, I swear to God, like, and even when I was locked up, all the times I went to jail, I was at peace. You know what I used to do in there? I had this cardboard. It's a piece of cardboard. I drew a microphone on that motherfucker, bro, and I put it in the bathroom. It was like a little place where we washed our dishes at, because it was dorm living. It was right. Like 120 something people in one dorm, and I it's like a little room where you wash your dish at. So I was standing there, and when you hit it, it's like a studio. You hit it like boom, boom, boom. So I put a microphone up in there, and every Friday and Saturday, bro, I throw a concert. Every Friday and Saturday, it got to the point where the guards used to come in there.
That's what's up,
and be in
dog.
there vibing, because it's like I was sober. I was in jail sober. You know, you get what I'm saying? So it was happening, and I didn't know it. And yeah, bro, it was dope. Like, being locked up, some people say it wasn't dope. If you utilized it the right way, it's no mistakes. Make no mistakes. It's only life lessons.
Big time, bro. Big time. And then, you know what? Even while you were using, bro, you sound like a very spiritual person.
Yeah.
Really spiritual person, bro. What does spirituality mean to you? What's your definition of spirituality, bro?
Yeah, I'm not really good with labels and shit. When somebody say something to me like that, I was like, what?
Well, how can you describe it to the best of your ability?
Man, right now, I'm in touch with the sky, bro.
Oof.
I'm in touch, like, when the wind blows, or when you see a bird flying or anything like that. You just know, like, you didn't create that. And you're in touch with the universe. You get what I'm saying? It's so dope. It's so dope, bro. live right, do right, be kind, compliment people, be nice to people, check on people. Being of service is like really spiritual to me. Like,
because it ain't about you no more.
Fuck no.
It ain't about you no more.
Hell no. And you get so much happier. I always was happy, even when I was helping somebody else. Like, you get to see, like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody always needs help. And if I'm helping you and you helping him, and then he's helping her.
It's a fucking domino effect,
right,
bro.
And then it comes back to me.
Always the law of attraction, my boy.
Scratch my back, I scratch yours type shit. I got to the point though where people wasn't scratching my back, I was scratching theirs. Got to the point I bought a back scratcher. Swear to God, bro. I was like, fuck asking anybody for anything, bro.
Shit.
I'm gonna do it myself, and it worked a lot better. But when I got sober though, I got a lot of spiritual friends, family. I got a lot of, like, up north in Marin County. They know who they are. It's a lot of them up there. They accepted me, gave me rides to meetings when I didn't have a car. Bro, you know what I mean? Bro, shout out to my homegirl, Ashley.
Shout out, Ashley.
Shout out, Ashley, bro. Ashley Malame, my boy, Boston Eric, Kaleigh, my old sponsor, Jacob, my homeboy, you know what I'm saying, Rhino, Calvin. There's just so many names that I can name up there that came through when I was broke. When I was down, when I was sad, when I was crying, when I didn't have. My homegirl Liz that brung me into this shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
People that let me sleep on their sofas. My homegirl Caitlin, I slept on somebody's sofa, bro. You know how I felt when I was sleeping on the sofa, waking up, walking to get on the bus to go work at Safeway? I did that every fucking day, bro, for like 4 or 5 months, bro. Same routine. Get up, but I kept my stuff neat and clean, and I'm just like, I'm not going to be here forever. You know what I'm saying? And people think that when they going through something, it's gonna last forever. It don't. Even if you take an ice cube out the freezer and put it in the sun, that motherfucker gonna melt.
Right.
Nothing stays the same forever. But I slept on a sofa, bro. Happy than a motherfucker. You wouldn't even know it, bro. You wouldn't even know that I was sleeping on a sofa, bro. Because I was happy that I ain't had to sleep in a cell.
Yeesh.
I was happy that I ain't had to sleep with a gun. I was safe. I had a roof. I had clothes on my back. So you appreciate the shit when you ain't never had that shit before. Even when I was balling out and I had all this money, or when I didn't have the money, or when money never made me, right?
Right.
But it was that peace I was searching for. It was that happiness. It was that. And I found that motherfucking shit.
Yep. Sober as fucking happy, and you don't even know it.
Bruh.
I want to get into your early recovery, bro, just because I feel like it's important for people to understand. That shit ain't easy, especially early on, man. Especially early on, how important it is to have people and surround yourself with people that can be there for you, and what to expect. There's this thing called POWS, which is post-acute withdrawal syndrome, and what it technically means is after the initial hangover or after the initial kicking of the drug, your body's trying to reach equilibrium, right? So there's certain things like character defects, like it could be anger. It could be like, for example, shit. Ooh, almost hitting that shit like as if it was a blunt up in this bitch.
Well, man.
So what it is you get certain feelings, like you were saying, you were fucking trying to numb yourself, right? Same thing with me. As soon as I stopped drinking, bro, after the hangovers, after kicking yay and shit, everything became more louder. I was more sensitive to like my thoughts even, and I had to start dealing with that shit, because I had to, like I said, take it head on and be like, oh shit, why the fuck am I thinking this? How come I haven't thought about this before? Now I gotta fucking take this shit head on and actually deal with it. So what was your experience like with POWS, if you ever experienced it, and how did you cope with that?
Truth. You don't mind about a little story real quick?
Do your thing, bro.
Well, okay, I moved into a sober living, right? Sober living is where you can stay there, but you're required to be sober. But it was a fat ass house. Dope. Big fat 9 deep pool in the backyard. Step on the patio thing. It's a deck, bro. Big ass deck. You overlooked the city and shit. It was dope. It was nice. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, I was like, okay, I get to live here. But I moved in one of those. But the only thing about that is you got roommates, right? So you gotta humble yourself. Like, I'm like, nigga, I'm not sharing no motherfucking room with nobody, bro. I'm not doing that, but I did it, right? And this motherfucker in the house, bro, I swear to God, this motherfucker kept using my towel that I dry off with. This nigga done left a shit stain going down my towel. I'm like, what is he in there doing with it though? You laughing, bro? Bro, this is my early sobriety. I'm like 2 months sober, 3 months sober, bro. This nigga just, I don't know what he in there doing with the towel, bro. He in there doing shit. Then he eating my bacon.
No, not the bacon.
Bro, he eating my bacon, using my eggs, cutting my avocados. I'm like, bro, I told him. Everybody got a shelf, right? This is my shelf. Your shelf ain't even in this refrigerator, first of all. Why are you in this refrigerator? But I paused. I'm sensitive to this shit. I'm angry. I'm ready to get on blood shit. Old man, though, your older man, this nigga dropped this shit in the kitchen. He said, what, motherfucker, you know? I'm like, dude, I'm finna dog walk this nigga right now. I'm finna dog walk him right now. Bro. But I paused, blood, and then I realized that he was still sick too, and I am too, but I wasn't doing shit. My side of the street was clean. So I used to go to meetings and raise my hand. I would get it off my chest in the meetings. I kept talking to him about it. But I realized that I had to be mindful of others. You know what I mean? I had to, no matter what, show love to this man. Maybe he needed the food. So instead of starting getting mad, I started offering to cook for him, or hey, bro, you can have some of it.
Yo, that's
for real.
Bro, that's big, bro. That's hella growth.
Big. I'm finna grab this nigga, blood.
Bro, that's fucking some grown man shit right there, dog. You know what it is? You put your ego aside too.
Yeah.
You put your ego aside, man. That's important for people to understand, man. Especially when you're thinking about other people. You take yourself out of the equation and start being kind of selfish. Although being selfish is something that
that's tricky.
It is a tricky subject.
You gotta be selfish, but then it's also a selfless program. But I think at the same time it's balance.
Right.
Like I was selfish as fuck, but I needed rides and shit, so I used to get rides to shit with people, and I didn't like being in the car with people. But I needed to ride to the meeting. I got a car now. I've been had a car. And I was like, hey, now you fucking with nobody when I get my car.
Now you're over here picking people up and shit.
The same shit that people did for me. I help people the same way, because if I didn't have them people helping me, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have had nobody to help me. Bro, I was in there trying to fill out a bank account. A bank account, bro. I'm in here thinking that these motherfuckers that's where my mind was. Because like you said, we're coming off of everything. I'm thinking that the bank is working with the feds and they know that I was moving weed out of state. They're coming to get me.
All that.
But, so if I, like for people in the beginning of sobriety, I just say, bro, man up. You have to fucking man up and be kind to yourself, because you about to get hurt. You're going to go up and down. You're going to have that pink cloud. I done had it where I'm just on fire, but then it's like when something just fucks up like the guy with the towel fucking my shit up and just eating my eggs.
You're gonna get tested.
But just remember, bro, it's you. It's about how you react. To this day right now, I get tested every fucking...
Shit don't stop.
And guess what? I ain't had a bad day, though. I ain't had no bad day since August. Like I was telling bro earlier. But right now, I'm getting tested. Somebody's saying... I ain't even gonna put it on the podcast, but somebody's saying this and that about me. I'm laughing. Like, I can't wait to hear what else I'm doing but not doing. Yeah. I'm like, bro, they watching me, which is a good thing, bro. It's a great thing. Bad publicity is publicity, bro. Fucking keep talking, shorty. Yep. You know what I mean? Because all I do is say, don't take nobody else's inventory, right? I don't care what somebody else is doing. If somebody cut me off or somebody try to get on me, it's how I react to that. Right. You know what I mean? It's how I react. So I don't give a fuck what's up with shorty and them over there. I don't know what shorty and them doing, because I know what I'm doing. I'm being of service. That's really big. Like, so if you knew right now, if you got like 3 weeks, you can help somebody that got 2 days. And if you got 2 days, you can help the motherfucker that got 1 day.
Or 1 hour.
How you may ask, if they walk into a meeting and they don't know if we got coffee and you've been there yesterday, you can let him know or her know where that coffee is. You can always help. I used to get the meetings and just be like, I didn't know what I was doing in the meetings. I just kept going. They said in order to be at the sober living, it was like you gotta do 90 and 90. 90 days, 90 meetings. I just seen it just said wrong. I was like, I'm telling my sponsor, you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? What the fucking house wants me to do? Fucking 90 days? Who the fuck do they think they is?
Right.
I did over 140 or something meetings. I started doing 2 a day. 3 days, bro, just because I wanted it. When I wasn't there, what was I doing? Masturbating. Sitting in my room. Have you ever pulled on yourself all day? I didn't pull up. That was my embarrassing thing at the beginning. I should have said I done masturbated
I'm glad
for a
you
whole
said
day.
it, bro. I'm glad you said that shit.
I done masturbated from when I woke up in the morning to the night. I think I called that a grand slam.
Yeah.
It was a fucking grand slam. I didn't win 4 times, bro.
Oh, snap.
Now I'm down to one time, which I'm proud of, and I'm trying to get rid of that one. But
One day at a time.
but to anybody that's newly in sobriety right now, some real shit, all jokes to the side, you got this.
Yeah.
You really, really got this. And if you wasn't meant to be at that spot where you at right now, you wouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to remember that God doesn't make mistakes. You don't end up where you at because you're not supposed to get. It's a life lesson, dude.
Yep.
Whatever, no matter what's happening, just take it and learn from it and grow from it. Because I know I was ready to quit sobriety hella time, and then there's just like, how can you quit sobriety? You know, how can you really quit it? You can go out, you can use, but they say a belly full of alcohol is bad when you got a head full of AA.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Well said, bro. Well said. And one thing I've learned, if you want to change the world, you got to start with yourself.
I started with the man in the mirror. That's my shit. I listened to that song sober for the first time and understood what the fuck he said.
Yeah.
Man, Michael Jackson, that man in the mirror.
Speaking about music, my dude, let's go ahead and jump into the rap game, music. Who do you rap for? What do you enjoy most about rapping, and how has it played its role in your recovery?
Who I rap for? It was for me, but for my family and for I do it for the people. Like I rap for a lot of people in the hood still. A lot of people in the streets. A lot of people that sell drugs. A lot of people that use drugs. I do it for the world. It's crazy because people be like, bro, you be talking about guns in your story, or you be talking about drugs in your story, or murders in your story. They be like, that's bad. I be like, you think that the song is bad, bitch? You should have been there and seen the shit. You know what I mean? I'm just narrating what I went through. I just narrate what I've seen, what I've been involved in. You know what I mean? But as I get more sober, the more that you can tell the difference. Like anything, I got 2 EPs coming out right now, right?
Right.
And they were when I first got sober. So I was still coming off that, you know what I mean, that grimy, I just lost 2 brothers type shit, still was in the streets riding with 30 stick on me. You get what I'm saying? But I'm just now releasing them because I had to put that to the back burner. I got sober, bro. I hopped in the studio. I remember I was in there. I was like 2 months sober, maybe 2.5, 3 months. I'm in the studio and I rap a verse and it's gutter, bro. It's grimy, bro. It's gutter, bro. I'm like, I say, dear baby mama, I'm sorry for being an asshole. Late night running the streets for getting cash.
Hey.
Though. You told me slow it down. I was moving fast though. That night my nigga caught a body. Wish he had his mask on. Tooting cocaine, was sipping on the Hennessy. Had to leave the coke alone because it's gonna be the end of me. This, you know what I mean? But I was like, oh my god. like you know what I mean? Like I had been going to meetings and shit. I was like, oh my god, I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
What's gone into me?
What are you doing? Like this is like for real, dead ass no cap, right? I remember that day. I had a meeting right after the studio. So I jumped in my sponsor car and we're sitting in front of the meeting. I just started crying. I'm like, bruh, I can't rap no more. This shit is stupid. I don't know. He said, maybe you need to give it up. I was like, okay. So I focused on my sobriety. I focused on meetings, the 90-90s, all that shit. Passed now. I had got my 3-month ship. I loved it. I loved it. And I hate to say this to some people. Some people be like, but women kept me going to meetings. Whatever keeps you going to the meetings. I seen a fine girl at a Wednesday night meeting. I'm going back next Wednesday so I can get shorty number.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I never put my dick in nobody's sobriety. That's one thing I could say to a man and a woman. Don't put your private parts in nobody else's sobriety. We sick people. We here to get sober. You know what I mean? I wasn't looking for love, but I wanted it. But the music part of it though, I be getting off track. My bad.
Nah, bro, you all good, man. Hey, we're just chopping it up, my dude. Go whatever way you want to take this shit.
But that music though, bruh. So I waited a little bit, right? And met a girl. She wasn't in sobriety. Got with I didn't stick my dick in nobody's sobriety, but I got with her, boom boom, bounced out, moved away, Sacramento, came back, but I did a song, and the song was dope, because now I'm like, She was there with me, and you know what I mean? It was New Year's, where I remember it was December 31st, and I did a freestyle on the table, boom, 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 boom. That motherfucker did 10,000 views. I put it on your Facebook, it did 10,000 views. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, but, so I'm like, I'm finna shoot the music video to this. And I started getting my confidence back, but I was going to meetings. I wasn't worried about the music. And then God said, all right, go. So all of a sudden, 2019, I started doing the music tough. I'm doing videos now. I'm back to back with them like a girl with no titties. You ever seen a girl with no titties? That's back to back. So like I just started going back to back with it, bro. And but every song I noticed I sprinkled some sobriety,
some words of wisdom in that bitch.
Bro. I said, oh my God, bro. It was just this one, bro. I wish I remembered it right now, but I was just like, what? All of a sudden I started getting caught up. Like no matter what, I had studio time. I'd be like, yo, I got a meeting, so we got to book it. Yeah, I was throwing a show. I rented out the venue and everything. And I was like, they was like, you need to be here at this time. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't. I have a meeting.
Right.
I never put my girl, my music, my anything, my family, my son that I haven't seen since I got sober. I didn't put none of that in front of my sobriety. Mm-hmm. That's how I kept my sobriety. But I started rapping. I started getting a little, I started doing a couple things behind closed doors that I shouldn't have been doing. You know what I mean? But it's a life lesson.
Yep.
And I still kept winning though, because God was like, "You're doing what you're supposed to do. You need to stop doing that." I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? So once you get in tune, like you asked about spiritual shit, once you really tied into the universe and shit, you know what's right from wrong.
Right.
I never put nothing in front of my sobriety. Before you know it, God just, right now, it's game time. Mm-hmm. Like for real, it's game time, because I did all the videos and shit, did the shows. Then all of a sudden I moved somewhere and I was just isolated. I was isolated. I wasn't going to meetings because COVID hit.
Yeah.
COVID hit and that fucked me up. And then all of a sudden something happened and I came back and I was just like, I get it now. I get okay, and I just started being a maximum service. When I say I start being a maximum service, texting people every morning, but I was already doing that, but now I'm picking people up, going on rides, driving, and just talking, because I realized what I have learned over the last 2.5 years, I can give to somebody, this is their first time. And before I knew it, I stopped giving a fuck about money. I'm talking about, because I was like, God, I need more money to do this.
Right.
I need to make another video. I haven't did this. And all of a sudden, I stopped worrying, and I just started helping. Bro, when I tell you right now, I'm never going to discuss what's in nobody's pocket or nothing like that. But when I tell you, I was dead broke in August. I'm talking about flat broke, August 24th, 26th. And I borrowed some money and I came back to Orange County. When I tell you, it's February right now, right? I was broke. All my stuff in my car, all my clothes, I lost my spot. Checked into a mental place for like 3 days because I wanted to kill myself. I was riding around looking for a tree to hang myself and shit like that, bro, because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to, right? And all of a sudden, bro, he wouldn't let me go out like that, and I just came down to Orange County, bro. It's crazy. I'm teared up right now.
It's all good, bro.
This shit, good. That's when I got busy. That's like, I swear I will remember this until I die. I came back, I started volunteering. I had to move back into a sober living. This is after being in the rooms for 2 years. I had to move back into a sober living. And I'm like, fuck this, why me? You know what I mean? But then I was just like, dude, thanks. Thank you. Like when you start being the attitude of gratitude, I said thank you so much, because I had a bed again. I had somewhere to shower at again. I had a job again. And then I had all these people, it was a girl house, a guy house, but I had all these people that this is their first time. This is like really their first time. And I just took heed to it. Started working at a treatment center. Got another job at a treatment center. I had 2 jobs, but hey, and I still had time to pick people up for meetings, to give people shoes, clothes. I'm talking about buying food, whatever I can be of service. And I wasn't doing it to get nothing back. I was doing it because I was in a position to help others. Just how somebody paid my rent when I was when I couldn't pay the rent. Somebody gave me right. Boy, when I tell you, bro, God said, now you are ready. When you hear that, remember I told you I always hear that?
Yep.
God said, you are ready. And I said, okay. Got fired from one of the jobs. And then all of a sudden at the other one, I was like, hey, I think I'm going to go. And they was like, okay. I left the other job because I wasn't happy there. I didn't like going to the job. Not saying it was a good place to work. It's a fucking great place.
Right.
They help the clients really good. Like that, and I believe in that place. I'm not going to drop the name of it, but I believe in that treatment center because they really help people. You know what I mean? But I was like, this is not for me right now because it's getting heavy because I have to come here and give out 8 hours and do how you guys want me to do. You know, the way you want me to do it, which is at any job. You know, you get hired somewhere they want you to do. But I was like, back in the day, I'd be like, oh my God, I don't want to get fired.
Yeah.
I knew my worth. And I just quit that day. I resigned. I didn't quit. I resigned.
That's the proper way.
The proper way. But, and I got busy with the music again. But not before I went and helped somebody. I went and picked up some people and I helped them. Like, from the bottom of my heart. I helped them.
And that's fulfilling, bro. That's fulfilling.
When I tell you, bro, I feel amazing. Cause like if at first I was like I can die and I'd be happy. If I die right now, I did my part. I know I didn't help another alcoholic. You know what I mean? And I always through my sobriety have helped other alcoholics, but the last move I just busted and drove up north and grabbed some people and brought them back. That humbled me. I felt how that guy felt when he came and got me. One of my first, that sponsor, the night he drove 2.5 hours and he brought me back.
Midnight too.
Yeah.
You don't even know the dude, and you were like, man, this guy. I thought Homegirl was gonna be the one. Hey, bro, and that leads me to my last question, my dude. You talked about like dying and shit. The last question for you, man, is I believe that there's 3 things in life that are guaranteed, and they're actually marked on our gravestone. That's our birthday, the day we passed, and something we overlook. That's that dash in the middle. What do you want that dash in the middle to represent your life? What do you want to be remembered by?
I think for Shelly, I think people are going to remember that I always was happy. Like, because so many people are reaching out to me right now from back when I was locked up. They was like, I remember you beating on the wall and you made me feel like I wasn't in jail. Or I remember people saying, remember when we didn't have that much food or nothing like that or nothing? You helped us out. I was always helping. I want people to be like, that ugly motherfucker was always laughing. That son of a bitch. No, I always laugh. I always laugh. And the best part about this right now is, just to touch on this, I know we passed it, we about to end up, but when I write my music and shit now, I see my baby brother and my mom and my grandma up. I swear to God, I swear. And if they don't bob to it, that means it's not good. But so when I write a song and then when I see my grandma be like this, you know, what I mean? To see Granny moving like that is dope. And I just know that I'm on the right path right now. You can feel it. You feel it. You feel the energy. Everything. It's no more dark days. It's no such thing as a negative.
Mm-hmm. Always gotta find a silver lining in that shit too.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. When people say that, silver lining, what is that?
You gotta take whatever good comes out of that bad situation. Like there's always something, like and just flip it on them and be like, I could use this shit as fuel. And I think that's what you're doing, my boy. And you're talking about the energy, man. I feel that shit. I think everybody in this room right now is like, man, I feel this cat.
It's energy. It's energy. I never knew that's what it meant. When people were like, you gotta see the shit on silver lining. I was like, are they talking about the horizon? Like, what are they talking about? I don't know what they talking about.
We could change that shit to the horizon, bro. You see that silver lining, bro?
No, but there's no such thing, because even if it's like you said, even if there's a negative, you can turn it into a positive.
Mm-hmm.
And like, why worry about something? You got to think about this. I want to say this to everybody that's out there right now. Think about every time you didn't call on God. Think about when you was in jail. Think about when you was putting a needle or that coke in your nose or popping that pill or drinking, or when, you know what I mean? How about this? When you stubbed your toe. When you stubbed your toe and that pain hit. Bow! Ah!
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes later, the pain was gone. right? You made it through it. You get what I'm saying? So whatever you're going through right now at this exact moment, whether it's a bill coming from your car, or your rent, or or whatever, your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, whatever it is, it don't last forever. And haven't you made it through everything that you thought you wasn't gonna make it through? So just remember, God didn't bring you this far to leave you now. If I can say anything to anybody, stop stressing. If I was you, I'll hop in the passenger seat, buckle your seatbelt, and just let life take you where it's gonna end up. But you got to put it in that work. Action is definitely action. You got to get out and go get it. Shit, nothing comes to a dreamer but sleep, baby, and nightmares and dreams, man. If you want something, go get it.
Damn. That shit was fire, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate your time, my dude.
Man, love, man. Love.
I'll never